aka Pam Marketing Nut, out on Twitter. All right, I am here tonight to give you a quick tutorial about how to use some of the tools and technology for what we call tweet chats. Now, I have, there's lots of other resources you can grab on the web as far as what is a tweet chat. You can go to my personal blog at pammarketingnut.com, and there's actually an article there. I think if you do a search for tweet chat 101, and it's a good summary blog post on just tips and tricks for guests, participants, as well as moderators. And we have some other materials coming up. I will reference materials throughout this video. But the purpose of this video tonight is to really show you how you can actually, dial in or tweet into a tweet chat. Because let's say you've been invited to a tweet chat. Somebody has invited you, somebody in your industry, somebody who maybe is mentoring you, colleague, and you really may not be that familiar with Twitter. You may not really know where to go. So you may say, that sounds really cool. I have an interest in Twitter. However, I have an interest in this chat. However, I don't know where to get started. So that is what I hope that this video will do for you, is give you the guts to get started, because I can tell you, I can remember some folks that dialed into our tweet chat when we started it just a year ago, folks who could hardly do a retweet, and they are now honestly leading their own communities and just rocking it for their business and in the social world. So I'm super, super proud of them. So the chat that I host is on Tuesday nights. It is called the Get Real Chat. And we have been mentioned on Forbes.com. We got some coverage a couple weeks ago on that. But we have we basically talk about we focus on business, social business, and just we focus on some topics that a lot of people don't want to talk about. So, and we try to be really just real about those topics. And what does it really mean to whatever the topic, if it's social business we're talking about, if it's, building relationships, it's peeling back that onion and saying, okay, what do we really mean by all these words and this verbiage that we use in the social world? We try to take that down to brass tacks and just simplify it for folks. So that's the chat. This particular chat, the Get Real Chat, actually started just over a year ago, and my original partner was Steve Olinsky, and him and I happened to meet on LinkedIn, and we just hit it up, and we launched the chat together. He has since become pretty busy over the past 6 months or so, and hasn't had as much time as he would have to really stay engaged. But he still dials in frequently, and he still holds a special place in my heart for getting us kicked off with us. So anyway, where I'm at right now, this is called tweetchat.com, and it's one of the most popular tools to use for viewing tweet chats. It's my favorite. There's also a Tweb event page. I'm not going to show that for this particular video, but I always use tweetchat.com. I actually already signed in. Now, when you get here, this button right here will say sign in, and you'll want to make sure that you're signed into Twitter first. And then you will sign in, and then you will actually authenticate it via your Twitter logon. So that's what you're going to want to do. I've already done that. Okay. So hopefully if you're joining a chat, if somebody's invited you, you have what we call a hashtag. And, that's what you can see right up here. And basically, Get Real Chat, that is our hashtag that we use to, build a community around this particular topic. And like I mentioned some of the other chats that there are, but basically what hashtags do is let people, start to nurture relationships, identify one another around specific interests and specific topics. And then on Twitter, you can search for that particular hashtag and use this tool I'm getting ready to show you that will actually filter the tweets only to the tweets that are coming through with that particular hashtag. And I know if you haven't heard this before, it may just sound all Greek to you, and that's okay. I encourage you to listen to this a couple times and, do some of your own research on this. But I'm going to go ahead and type in, I already typed in Get Real Chat, and then I'm going to type go. Now, what this will do is this is going to pull up all of the tweets that actually include Get Real Chat. And so we're starting to get a little bit of buzz for tomorrow. We have conversation that goes on throughout the week, but Since we have a chat tomorrow night, there'll start to be some buzz with people talking about our chat tomorrow night. There was, as you can see, as I scroll down here, there were some tweets last night where people were just connecting on our community as the Super Bowl was going on. So you can see we have Get Real Chat conversations happening with the Super Bowl, and that was just people, wanting to communicate together. So tomorrow we actually have a guest is the UPS. So the corporate group from the UPS social media group Debbie is going to be on the phone with a couple other, or on the Twitter line with a couple other folks, and we're going to be learning some secret ninja tips from their awesome social media team, and they're just doing some awesome, great things. So anyway, that's what you're seeing here. So these are tweets that actually was sent in the last, day. Today, looks like they sent one this afternoon talking about they're excited for the chat tomorrow night. We're excited to have you guys too. So what this screen is, if you look at my Twitter account, it looks pretty familiar, doesn't it? So, and I had some of this pulled up before I started this video. So here is my traditional Twitter profile. What I did here, I could do a similar thing where I can filter for the Get Real Chat hashtag. So here I typed in Get Real Chat, and I basically hit search, and it pulls up for me all of the tweets that are associated with Get Real Chat that are including that hashtag. By default, Twitter is always going to pull up your top tweets associated with whatever search you did. And for this, if you want to see all of them, all you need to do is just click all here. If you want to see only the ones with links, you can, click with links. So these are all the tweets here that have Get Real Chat. I could use Twitter to engage, and I could sit here and I could reply to every single one of these if I was in the middle of a tweet chat, okay, and wanting to communicate with a group of people who's doing this for an hour. And however, I would type my tweet at the end. I would have to manually type Get Real Chat at the end of every single tweet. I don't want to do that. That's a pain. And I'm always going to be having to hit, refresh, and Twitter does some wacky things here. So that's really the main reason why we use TweetChat. Number one, it helps us filter automatically, and you can set your refresh speed right here. You can set it to less or more. I have it set at, I usually do it between like 5 and 8 seconds, so it doesn't freak everything out. And then the other thing it does is it will automatically add that hashtag for me. So I'll give you a couple examples. So let's see here. We have UPS. So I'm going to, there's a couple different options. The main options that we will use here. Let's say I wanted to take this tweet and I want to retweet it. So what I do is click this the third little picture button in. I just click retweet, and that is going to automatically do a retweet. And let me show you, I guess I'll just do that to show you guys what that looks like. So I'm going to delete some of these little extra characters that are in there. So if I wanted to do that, I would just click that little arrow, and it loads the tweet right up here for me. It shows me right here that I have 2 characters left. It puts and that will include room for the Get Real Chat. So that includes room for the # Get Real Chat, okay? And so that's very important because we want to make sure that we have enough characters, since Twitter only allows 140 characters to send a tweet. So this takes care of all that for you. It's not going to let you send it, same as Twitter. It's not going to let you send it if it's over 140 characters. It automatically puts the RT here, which means retweet it, and then it takes that entire tweet and populates it in here. If you need to shorten it, you can just shorten it, and I'll show you that in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and hit update. Okay, so now it went through, and so I'm going to come back here now to my Twitter account and show you what's going on here. I'll go to my tweets, and so now you can see that tweet has already went through. Don't know if you can see that, but you can see that tweet is already live. Okay, so notice it's live. So it went to my Twitter stream. And this is one of the things that probably people get the most confused about, is when you are inside of TweetChat, you oftentimes will feel like you are in your own little private conversation, okay, with the other folks who are dialed into the particular chat. And you will sometimes people feel like, well, I'm in a safe environment. I can say whatever I want. Only these people are viewing it. It's really, really important to know that you're of course you're in a safe environment, but everything that you tweet, even though it's filtering for that Get Real chat, everything you tweet is actually going to your public timeline on Twitter. Okay, so that's very important to know. We are just filtering it through the tweetchat.com. So other functions you're going to want to know. We're going to want to know how to edit a tweet. So I'm going to go ahead and do this UPS one, and I will just edit this. So I'm going to say, so they said, logistics get social. Yes, we love logistics companies. We have another client who is a logistic company, My Blue Grace. You can check them out. And so for chat, I'm going to just edit this so it's a little shorter. And I'll probably just make this short, and I'll say, looks like, oh, they had the wrong time on it. They had 8. So I'm going to add my little 2 cents on here and say, can't wait, because we're really excited for tomorrow night with them. So I went ahead and edited that right there. I'm going to click update, and voila, we can go to my timeline now on Twitter, and now we will see the second tweet that I sent. I know that's a little wacky that I sent 2 at once, but they'll understand later when I tell them that we did this test. Okay, so there's 2 things I just showed you, how to do a retweet and how to do a retweet with an edit. Now, let's say I wanted to do a reply, and I'm going to be able to reply, and I can type whatever tweet I wanted to tweet to these folks, to this person, and hit update, and it's going to automatically send that tweet. That's about it. I mean, those are really the 2 functions you're going to need. You can favorite a tweet if you want, and that will automatically save it to your Twitter favorites. So the only 2 things you really need to worry about are the reply and the retweet. It is going to put Get Real Chat on the end of that for you. On the end of every tweet. So the other thing you need to know, if you're dialing into our chat, and a lot of the other chats run theirs the same way, we will usually, when we have a guest, which I'd say about 75% of the time we have a guest, it's usually somebody from a brand. We've had some large brands on recently. We have UPS, we have Walgreens was on right after the holidays. We've had Argyle Social on. We've had Web Trends on. So, we bring in some tech companies. We had Clout on a long time ago. We had AT&T Wireless came on because they were doing some awesome things. So if you are a brand and you are, you own a business, or you're a big brand and you are interested and think you might have something to offer the community, you can feel free to reach out to us for that as well. But what we do is when we have a guest is we usually will ask questions. And so we will start it. I will ask a question, and I will say question 1, and then I will write whatever that question is. I will address it usually to that person if I have room in the tweet. And then the guest will answer that question, and he or she will answer it with the letter A and then a number. So let's say, the question was question 1. Then the guest is going to answer it with A1 for answer 1. On the next one, they will answer it with A2, which correlates to the question 2 that I ask. So if you see those types of codes, that's what those are for. Anytime you dial into a tweet chat, you're going to want to pay attention to, is it a guest that's on for the night, for the chat, or is it an open forum? And so a lot of times if we don't have a guest, it could just be a series of questions we're asking, could just be different, more open type of conversation that we are having. Okay, so I think hopefully that gives you a good overview of that. So we have a private group for folks who participate in our chat. That is what you're looking at right here. So this is Get Real Chat. You can I think you can just do a search for it. I don't have it set up as a secret group. It's Get Real Chat is one word. And you'll see we have like 140 people in there now. We have all kinds of discussion that goes on all during the week. People just, really supporting one another, great community, and lots of good stuff going on. We have another site we are in the process of launching as well. And it is it's called zoommychat.com. I'm going to give you a quick look at it, but It is not really launched yet. It will be soon. We are probably going to go into beta with that this week, but you can check that out. And that is basically going to be a site to support TweetChats and TweetChat hosts. So if you're interested in participating with that with us, let us know. We have a couple of private Facebook groups, and we are working with some of the top leaders for TweetChats to kick that off. And we're super excited about it. It's been a long time coming. So anyway, to get started though, all you got to do is go to tweetchat.com, type in your hashtag, and you are going to be good to go. So best of luck to you. Let me know if there's anything we can do to help you. You can find me on Twitter at Pam, MKTGNUT. Best of luck. Thanks.